Hi, my name is Christopher, and I want to ask you all a question. Why do we keep getting enough water to have rain? Simple answer is surface runoff, but before I get into that, I want to talk to you about how water stays as water. Water is very important to us. It lets us live because of multiple uses. But how does it form, and why does it stay and act as it does? See, water is made of 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom, or as many people call it, H2O. And it forms like this because of hydrogen bonds. Hydrogen bonds are an essential part of life, bonding atoms together, holding DNA in place, and much more. So water is made into water by 2 hydrogen atoms bonding to 1 oxygen atom. Simple, except not at all. As I've said, water has multiple uses, but how do boats stay afloat on open water and not sink? That answer is surface tension. For water, surface tension can mean a multitude of things. It's how we skip rocks across lakes, how boats stay afloat. Surface tension is the elastic tendency of fluid, which gives it the least amount of surface area. This means that a bug, which would normally be denser than water, can stride on water's surface. This is also how boats are able to float. Going back a bit, you remember that question I asked you? How do we keep getting enough water for rain? Surface runoff is the key role in this. Surface runoff is a process in which the water that doesn't get absorbed from rain into the ground, which is around 10%, flows to the streets. From there, it goes into the sewer system or some form of drainage. Then it heads off into the ocean, where it is evaporated, condensed, and made into rain again, to repeat the process. Excess water that has been absorbed is also flowed into the oceans.
As a kid, you might have tried filling your bottle of water all the way to the top, or try to see how much water you could put in it before it overflows. Before the water overflows, the surface creates a dome-shaped figure as if the water was holding itself together. This is called cohesion. Cohesion is the attraction of molecules being stuck together. The water molecules in the water are attracting and holding themselves together, and this could explain why it has a dome shape. Where water is, there is also cohesion. In the International Space Station, water is basically weightless because there isn't any gravity. What does this have to do with cohesion? Not only molecular forces can cause water to attract itself, but if you bring water close enough, then they will attract each other. If they don't touch any other surface, the water will cohese and turn into a circular shape. This brings us into another topic, adhesion. Now, cohesion is when water molecules stick together. Adhesion is when water clings to other subjects or particles. This explains why there are water droplets on your glass of water, on your hand, on a plant. They stick together. In the International Space Station, adhesion can be very dangerous. If astronauts drink water, it would immediately go on their face, drowning them because the water would go into their nostrils. If that ever happens, the astronauts could just put a towel on their face because the water would then from their face onto the towel. Cohesion and adhesion are very important to life here on Earth because they help water droplets form onto plants, and the plants can soak up waters throughout the days.
How do the states of water affect us daily? They change a lot of things, like when water freezes in ice on the roads at night. Liquid to a solid and creates ice. There are 3 states of water. Liquid, which is normal drinking water. Solid is what you get after you put a cup of water in the freezer. Ice is made when you freeze water. The gas state of water is when water evaporates into the air, creating a cloud. Capillary action is the ability of a liquid to flow in a small space without gravity. Capillary action occurs in plants and trees. Water is brought up in the tree and evaporates at the leaf. Leaves are where photosynthesis. There have been many electrocutions in places where it snows because sources of electricity are being left out and creating electricity to flow. It is mostly in the winter that this happens because of the ice and water on the ground.